Опять начинается любовь. Но любовь, по-моему, не ко мне. Чу! Чу!
Okay, Annie Bonnie Annie, I gotta work. Annie Bonnie Annie. All right, you can stay here. Well. Remember just a few weeks ago when it was discovered that PayPal had instituted a $2,500 fine for its users if they found them to be spreading, quote, misinformation. There was a huge hullabaloo, and everybody on Twitter got the message out there, and people dropped PayPal. Like, lots of people closed their PayPal accounts. And now, and then PayPal came out to say, well, it was just an oopsie doopsie. It was just an oopsie doopsie. We never really meant that, even though, like, basically, everybody could see that they did mean it. In fact, there were some investigative tweeters out there that I covered that could basically prove unequivocally that no, this wasn't a mistake. You wrote it, you uploaded it, all this kind of stuff. Well, it looks like it's back. We're going to get into that after a quick word from this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Now, you know Private Internet Access has been with the channel for a very long time, but it's also the world's most transparent VPN provider. With over 30 million downloads, they never record or store data, and their no logs policy has been proven multiple times in court. Private Internet Access hides your IP address and encrypts your internet connection. And Private Internet Access also comes with loads of entertainment benefits. The VPN works with all major streaming services, so you can access more content than ever before anywhere in the world. Plus, it's one of the few VPNs that support P2P file sharing. And if you don't already have a VPN, signing up for Private Internet Access is risk-free. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee with 24/7 customer support available. Private Internet Access has world-class next-gen server infrastructure covering 83 countries, each and every United States state as well. And you can protect up to 10 devices at a time with Private Internet Access. Most other VPN support fewer connections, so you get a lot more bang for your buck with Private Internet Access. And since their VPN is 100% open source and their code is public, anyone can take a look under the hood. And today, I have a special offer for you in the description below and in the pinned comment. Make sure you pick up Private Internet Access today using my link and save huge. So just 2 weeks ago, earlier in October, you saw this in the Washington Post and everywhere else, PayPal facing backlash after floating fines for, quote, sharing misinformation. Below the FTC narrow, you see PayPal face backlash, is facing blowback after proposing rules that would have allowed it to fine its users $2,500 for promoting misinformation, which the online payment service has now called an error. Well, it's just really weird to me, folks. It's really, really weird to me that you could call this an error because, I mean, somebody wrote it, somebody proofread it, somebody uploaded it to the website. There is no, like, it's not like there's just one, like, Joe Webmaster who's managing his own little e-store selling duck calls, okay? There are probably dozens of people that had to approve that document before it ever went live, before it ever even, and then, of course, there were people before that that had to approve the policy. So they tried to say it was a mistake. The update immediately sparked online uproar on the right, making it the latest instance of major online payment services facing heat over moderation practices. Look, here's the thing. It's not, the fine itself is odd, right? But the context is extremely, not the context, but the enforcement is impossible, right? Even here on YouTube or Rumble or wherever you're watching this video. By the way, there was a big subscriber purge over the weekend. Please make sure you're still subscribed, and if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it if you did. And I appreciate everyone who already has. The problem is we don't even know what quote unquote misinformation is. We just saw, basically, we saw how many people getting banned from platforms over questioning certain things about the COOF, only to find out later that, well, maybe they were right. Information is liquid, and knowing whatever is fluid, and like whatever the actually approved like messaging, the science even seems like sometimes that changes as it evolves. And there were a lot of bans that got handed down because of that. So when you use a term like quote unquote misinformation, most of us know, okay, this is something that you put out knowingly and that's harmful and it's, blah, blah, blah. The way big tech views that, in my opinion, can be as simple as information we don't like. There are people question, like you're not allowed to question certain things. Even if you're right, that's misinformation. So they try to trot this out as an error. Well, my friends, this is a current view of the PayPal user agreement. And they snuck it back in. If you're a seller and receive funds for transactions that violate acceptable use policy, then in addition to being subject to the above actions, you will be liable to PayPal in the amount of PayPal's damages caused by your violations in the acceptable use policy. You acknowledge and agree that $2,500 per violation of the acceptable use policy is presently a reasonable minimum estimate of PayPal's actual damages, including but not limited to internal administrative costs incurred by PayPal to monitor, track violations, penalties, and this and that. So per violation, I just want to be clear, per violation. And it's like, oh, well, what if you're selling a book? And let's say you're selling a book or something. And by the way, let me refresh this so you know. Okay, let's go all the way to the top, just so you see this is in real time, right? This agreement will be effective for all users as of September 19th. This is the PayPal user agreement full. You can see, obviously, I just refreshed it. And then let's go back down to here, restricted. Now, there probably are some things that I might be okay with a fine. I don't know exactly what those things are, but I mean, if you made a case, maybe something like that. But the fine is insanity. Actually, let me see if. Okay, so let's see. Use PayPal. Here's the actions we may take. Suspending your eligibility, blah, blah, blah. And here it is. You see, I just refreshed it. It's back. I mean, are you kidding me? You can see, just an FYI, PayPal just put the $2,500 fine back into its terms of service as soon as the outcry died down. Please retweet. By the way, Venmo, I would assume, would also fall under this, given PayPal owns Venmo. I mean, it really isn't really a case for, I don't believe that it was a mistake anymore, right? I don't believe that it was a mistake because you put it right back up as soon as everybody moved on. There are many ways that you can pay for things, including just using your actual credit card. I was wrong about, I said something about you needed it to buy stuff on eBay. I was incorrect there. Not that these companies are any better, but you could also set up Google Pay or Amazon Pay for now. Even as just like a temporary screw you to PayPal, there's Parallel Economy. There's I know that a lot of you will put options in the description or in the comment section for people to check out. Also, you can basically buy whatever you want from, other sources. So if the place that you want to buy from is like requiring that you use PayPal, you can also reach out to them and say like, hey, would you take a check? or like a money order or something like that. Probably, most people probably wouldn't, but you can also find that product from somewhere else. You can let somebody know, hey, I want to buy from you, but I'm not using PayPal. So, you as a seller, unless you add other options, like people will react to that. Like if somebody said, hey, I want to back you as a creator on your locals page or your subscribe star, but I don't want to use PayPal, like I'm going to figure out how to get that support. And I think most small businesses would too. So, and any big business probably has multiple options for payment on stuff anyway. So, yep, PayPal got caught again. It is live right now. Make sure you spread this video around, you spread the news. And I think it's probably time for a lot of people to reconsider payment options, even if it is a kind of a pain in the rear to move stuff around. I think that it's probably worth it from just like a protecting your rights perspective, because this was extremely slimy. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you again real soon.